I'm Susan Allen Augustin. I am currently co-founder and chief brand officer at Here We Flow, a business that we sort of like discovered the concept for, that my co-founder Tara did her dissertation on, and that we've launched into a business now. And I'm part of the EGMiM class of 2015. I chose the Executive Global Masters in Management program because I'd always wanted to, I'd always admired LSE as a university. I knew that I wanted to do my master's, but I didn't want to stop working while I got my degree. And so when I found the program, it just felt like the perfect fit for me. At the time, I was living in New York working at the Open Society Foundations, and it just felt like a great program that took a sort of like social sciences approach to the MBA, which is much more my speed than sort of going for a proper MBA that was a lot more about networking and like just case studies. But I love that we got into the causes of things, which is obviously the motto of the school. So it just suited all my needs. Yeah, so it was sort of twofold for me. I met my current co-founder of the business that I'm running, Here We Flow here. Tara and I met on the first day, and as we say, sort of fell in best friend love. And by the second module, I was asking her to start a business and create the feminist mafia with me. But in my sort of like current career that I was in at the foundations, they were really starting to look into diversity and inclusion and figuring out how we could put a strategy together. And so I was able to do my dissertation here on that topic, and that eventually led to me taking up a role sort of leading that initiative, which moved me out to London and helped me scale, a network-wide initiative. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without having the space to have access to professors like Conson that introduced me to organizational behavior and really impacted my thinking about things, as well as just having the space and resource to write a whole research paper on the topic. So it was truly a game changer for me, both in my immediate career and even what I'm doing now. Constance already knows I'm obsessed with her, but I really loved organizational behavior. It was like sort of like the building block of me thinking about diversity and inclusion, which became like a career pivot for me here. It's even something that I'm using today. When we were building out the business, we made sure to pay attention to establishing our work culture, and that's been one of the main things that helps us recruit and attract talent. I'm currently recruiting a head of marketing, so it's something that I'm using every day. Really appreciated the marketing module with Om as well. He's a character, so the classes were really enjoyable, but I think his approach to marketing always connected everything back to the wider view of business, which is the way that I look at marketing today. And I also enjoyed Saul's course on foreign direct investment. It wasn't a term that I was familiar with before I took the course, and with us traveling to Istanbul and seeing what that looked like, just a different sort of economic system setup was really interesting and informative for me as well. It was really, I love to travel anyway, so that was a major selling point for the program, but it was really great because we got to see the academic settings in all the places that we visited. So we went to Singapore for our marketing module in my class, and Istanbul for the foreign direct investment course. But we also got to meet businesses there, and it just gave you real insight to what different sort of economic systems and setups looked like in real life. It was always also really fun, which was a great part of the program is really sort of building the relationships that you have with your classmates. And I've made lifelong friendships and partnerships from the folks that were on my course. And so traveling together and making memories was also really great. It was really interesting because, especially for my course, it was almost like a little like UN. We had folks from literally all over the globe. And it's always fun to sort of learn about the differences, but also the similarities that you have. And I've had lifelong friendships with many of them. I'm just off to Rome with two of my besties from my course in 2 weeks. I started a business with Tara, another of my best friends. Several of my classmates have actually invested in our business. So it really created a bond across all my classmates. And it's almost like you have this special network that you can then span if I'm in Singapore or if I'm in Denmark. Even within other places in the US, I know that I have someone I can call and have a cup of coffee with. It's great. The one thing that was challenging for me was sort of like balancing a full-time job with doing this degree program that was quite full on. And I teased a couple of my classmates who, my co-founder at the time was an independent sort of recording artist. So she was making music while she was in London. And then Jed was actually doing the course full time as a part-time program, and I thought that was quite genius of them. So I think just recognizing how much time you'll need to commit and really finding that sort of like work-life balance is something that I probably would have planned for a bit better, but I managed it in the end. But other than that, like, it was great. I think it goes by so quickly. Like you look at it, it's like 18 months is such a long time, but it's really only 7 or 8 modules, and then your dissertation. So I think just like really enjoy as much as you can while you're in the program. If you can sort of like take holiday from work and just focus on the program, because I remember some of my classmates were like stepping out of class to take conference calls and things like that. If you can really carve out the time to just pay attention and enjoy what you're doing, I would say that, because it is all so formative and useful, and you really want to cherish the sort of time that you're spending to do the degree.